Greetings, my friends, and welcome back. Mike Allen from Chicagoland, coming to you from Dinosaur Valley State Park, just outside Glen Rose, Texas. I'm roughly an hour or so southwest of Fort Worth. This was a bit of a hike to get over here, but it's going to be well worth it because I've been wanting to check this place out for a long time. We're going to see some dinosaur tracks, going to do some hiking, and just planning on having a really fun time today. So come and join me. So these dinosaur models here in front of the visitor center and store were featured in the 1964-65 World's Fair. And here they sit today. The Tyrannosaurus Rex is a carnivore. And of course the Brontosaurus, which was the species that Littlefoot and his mother were in the movie The Land Before Time. Brontosaurus is now called Apatosaurus. When did this happen? Got myself one of these Dinosaur Valley State Park trail maps here and thought I'd hit up a lot of these points of interest. The 2, 3, and 4 are where the dinosaur tracks are. We've already seen the models. So maybe if there's time I could hit up the Paluxy River Scenic Overlook and Buckeye Creek. Good thing I'm not much of a drinker. Had to make a pit stop, and this little friend just happened to be sitting here next to the urinal. And the spiders are bigger in Texas. I think this is my way down to the Paluxy River Trail. Man. I do like these nature walks, but sometimes these trails get a little difficult to maneuver. Oh, but looks like the park put in some steps here. Okay, I almost just slipped on these rocks, so I think I'm going to turn the camera off while I make my way down to the river. Okay, I made my way down to the banks of the river here. And I actually just met a father and his son who were from Palatine, Illinois, one of the Chicago suburbs. He saw my Bears hat and we started chatting. He said it's cool enough to just jump in the river and take a swim this morning, but I think I'll pass on that. This is a really cool place, though. All right, let's head towards the ballroom track site. Dead fish in the water here. It's like all the little ones are swimming around it. I guess I'm getting in the water after all. There's no way to get over there without getting in here. And there's no way in hell I'm taking my shoes off. Now with dead fish carcasses all over the place. Oh well, it's 100 degrees out here. My feet will dry off in no time. You can see the dinosaur tracks have been fossilized into the stone here. Kind of hard to make out. But according to the sign, they said this is it. The reason this is called the ballroom is because you can see a lot of the indentations here are all the dinosaur tracks. A lot of it's covered up in water, but I saw pictures back in the forest ranger area that showed this all being, dry rock bed here. I just happened to come when the river's a little higher. Back into the water, I guess. Man, oh man, oh man. Dead fish carcass again. Okay, back on dry land. Okay, now we're gonna visit the Blue Hole track site. And looking on the map, looks like I'm gonna have to cross the river for every time I want to see dinosaur tracks. If I'd have known that, I'd have brought like water shoes or something. Boy, seems like every time I do these nature walks, it's always extreme weather one way or the other. My Starved Rock video is walking through rain, mud, 30-degree temperatures in the middle of May. Now I'm walking through the extreme heat of Texas, but the good news is I was expecting this. On my flight down here, I knew the weather was going to be hot, so there is that. Okay, so I had to talk to a park ranger. Looks like I passed the Blue Hole tracks, which I could double back and check, but I believe this is the way to the main tracks. So the good news is I don't have to tread in water here to get across the river. So we're gonna head over to the main tracks and check it out. So I finally found the main site tracks, and they don't want you going past the rope here. These are a little more easier to see here. I like that they preserve the area of any human foot traffic. We're able to see more defined tracks. There's another more clearly defined track. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I came to see. Clearly defined dinosaur tracks. I don't know if you can see it there, but there's another track. Lizard running away from me here. Oh, not gonna catch him. Got off the trail a little bit. To see some dinosaur tracks. Back in the water. Whoa, that was close. Okay, I think I'm gonna be turning my phone off while I cross this river here. Okay, word of advice if you're crossing a river in less than ideal shoes, stay off the wet rocks and try and find areas that are gonna grip the ground a little better, because that was a close call. I might have been talking to you in completely drenched right now, but luckily I stayed dry. Let's go check out these dinosaur tracks. Yeah, I can't find the Blue Hole dinosaur tracks for the life of me. Looks like I crossed this river for nothing. Okay, after traipsing across another section of the river, I think I found the Blue Hole. I believe that's a track right there. Yeah, these aren't as well defined as the main track site. Don't quote me on that, but I think that was a dinosaur track. All right, here we go. One more trip across the river, and then no more dipping and diving in water for the rest of this trip. Ended up walking in knee-deep water this time, but finally made it out. Okay, no more going in the river. I think I'm gonna burn these shoes when I get home. Time for a breather in this Star of Texas chair here. I think we got time for the Paluxy River Scenic overlook, and then I'm calling it a day. Glad I took my parents' advice and brought water, because it is sweltering hot out here. On the fat, out of shape 42-year-old, but I'm gonna go do this scenic overlook here because I don't know when I'll be back in Texas, let alone at the Dinosaur Valley Park. This way to the scenic overlook. And I'm assuming that hill up there has got to be it. Up the rock steps we go. This is a pretty cool hike. It runs right along the river here, and there's no guardrails down, so you really got to watch your step. Look out at the river. There's the parking lot off in the distance there. Made it to the top of the scenic overlook. You can see the parking lot and the river off in the distance there. And I think this is as good a place as any to end this video. So thank you for joining me at Dinosaur Valley State Park while I catch my breath here. This was a long climb up this scenic bluff overlooking the river here. Definitely a beautiful spot to hike and check out some dinosaur tracks. I would highly recommend this. This was probably one of the coolest places I've visited since I started doing a YouTube channel. But anyway, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like and subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. Also, there's ways you could help me out that I've put in the links in the description below. I'd appreciate it if you can help out any way you can, help grow this channel and you know, spread the word, I guess you could say. This is Mike Allen from Chicagoland signing off from Dinosaur Valley State Park. I'll be back next Friday with another video, but until then, don't you go changing. I'm off to Whataburger. Whataburger, thing of beauty.